What's going on, guys? Pronogo here, bringing you the first of many MapCraft videos. So far, we have 19 submissions. I think that's the final count. That's been awesome seeing you guys working on these projects. Obviously, I've seen all the activity on Jbrino's Discord, so we're really happy to finally bring you the videos of us playing them. Hopefully, we get some viewer feedback and some other players on the Discord server playing this stuff. I'll leave a link to the Discord server in the description of this video in case you guys aren't familiar, but typically it's pretty bumping over there. We got a fair bit of activity, people coming in to talk about their maps and talk about what other people's maps were like. So here we're playing Transcendence for our first map. This is created by FreezingAcidRain, and apparently it takes place on a Umojan Protectorate military research facility. Area 41, Umojan Space. Secret military and cloning research facility. Objective, replication of consciousness into a computer AI. Aster program online. Umojan playable and reforged mod on multiplayer. So I wonder if this is maybe a tie-in to like a multiplayer melee mod or of some sort. We will find out. It's a cool looking droid. Facility is on lockdown. To take control of this facility, I must upload myself to the mainframe. The mainframe is in the West End. However, I can upload myself to nearby computers and take control. Okay, cool. There's like a... You actually play as a...
Speak and be heard.
Neat. What are these guys? We got beetles? Can we control these guys?
Veritably,
Maybe I have to...
I comprehend.
Beetles can transform into air ground units, and they explode on death. Okay. These look really neat. And it does seem like Umojan tech, you know? Looks like it requires a starport to lift off.
So be it.
But presumably we can...
It is known.
This is interesting. We even have little predators here. But presumably we'll gain access to this at some point. So let's quick save because we don't know really what to expect. But here's the mainframe we've got to get to, and beetles can. Okay, so they can lift off. Whoa! Oh, we do have a nano repair, so we probably can just take this guy on. They even attack in like melee form, very similar to beetles in real life, I guess, if you had really gigantic beetles, so not in real life at all. But there you go, that's pretty neat. We got to make sure that we let Aster here regenerate his energy. Prototype predators, fast and deal splash damage. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I'm probably not on the fastest game speed, am I? So, robotic claws. Yeah, these are just predators as we know them. There's some large scrap salvage over there. So let's go ahead and make our way through. We've got a bit of a robot army here. Really cool that we're getting to see like Umojan stuff. You never really see them explored in general. So it's cool to have that stuff. This looks like something dangerous. Some I can't even tell. Those might even be like robotic hydralisks, which would be really cool if that's a thing. I guess we'll see. So right now we're not fighting against any like actual organic matter. We're just fighting against other elements of the security system. We have broken through. Do we want to kill the holding pen? There's no terminal to hack, so I'm just conscious of the idea that maybe we could. No, we do gain control of them. They're cybernetic hydralisks, cyberlisks. It says they can morph to impalers, but look at their. That's a pretty cool looking model, honestly. So now we've got some ranged units, which is really good. So we'll go ahead and quick save again. Interesting stuff going on here so far. I was not expecting like a fully new faction, basically. So let's see if we can find out if there are any other, units or like hidden things that we can gain access to anywhere. It says Zerg Ground Carapace on the tooltip for this, so it looks like it was probably just cloned from that or something. The tooltip just wasn't updated. But it's cool that this is built into like an ice or snow like facility, basically. It feels like well, it at least seems like it could possibly be like a a real facility somewhere. I'm just curious as to why we're not seeing any like action living creatures still alive. I also saw something else that we were probably going to be able to control here. Cyclops, interesting. Okay. Let's hack those. Cyclops, superior anti-air fighters and armored support vehicles. So if we ever run into some anti-air units, we'll have a heads up here. But these look really cool. And besides, obviously, the portrait, presumably they're, you know, the portrait isn't actually what it's meant to be. But it does look like it would be like a, what do you say, an autopiloted unit with not a whole lot of room for a pilot there. It looks like the cockpit was actually repurposed. Let's move our units in here. What are these guys? Paladins. It's okay. Let's see. These are all, yeah, they're all mechanical. These are biological. Cybernetic. Oh, they're clones. And they have stim infusion, pulse grenades, and flashbang grenades. Okay, so these guys are really fucking good with their active abilities. You just have to try and remember to use them.
Yes, sir.
Let's make sure where all of our units are healed. And it does look like they take priority. Oh, I didn't even see this scrap salvage down here. Let me send a predator down to grab this stuff. We'll take that, because presumably there'll be like a macro section at some point, I guess. Or we can spend our resources in some capacity. Alright. Do these shoot out like grenades or something? They seem like they're hitting a lot harder than you might assume they would. So that's... like, they don't feel like they're just copy-pasted Hydras or whatever. Are we headed in the right direction? Where are our units going to path if we order them around? Oh, there's a door over here. Okay. It's a little hard to spot the doors amidst everything else, but so far I'm enjoying this. Is there music? Oh, I didn't have my music enabled apparently. Let's make sure the music is not really loud, because it probably is. But where is everybody? Yeah, that's a good question. That was what I was asking. Oh, they're infested. So now we're gonna get some gameplay where we're fighting. Clearly we're fighting infested. So let's make sure we're using our flashbang grenades to stun enemy units. I don't think we've lost any units yet, which is really good. Whoa, that's a big looking guy. Are they spawning from somewhere? What are those? Must be like the clones that we have, but no, they're infested fire bats. Those look pretty neat. Oh shit. Okay, we need to use this ability a lot more. We did almost lose a beetle there. That would have been pretty disastrous. It looks like the radius of the grenades has been nerfed quite considerably. So you have to... You're basically looking to try and spam it as much as you can. But you have to keep in mind that, okay, well, we can't just stun everywhere. It's not like the Nova grenades in terms of their size, in that sense. Oh, we probably should have tried to pulse grenade that guy, since obviously we lost a lot here. Oh, they're like plasma grenades. That's pretty cool. They slow enemy units. That's pretty neat. So it looks like they are spawning from somewhere. Like they have like a structure that they're coming from, maybe. See if we can find and destroy that. I did see a door to the north, so we can go back over there if we feel like we want to go a different way because of difficulty or whatever. But so far, this seems reasonable. Alright. Yeah, we're cutting through these guys pretty heavily. Aster doesn't look like he's losing energy anymore. I don't know if this is a bug with like one of the... something we maybe picked up? I don't know. I can't really tell. What's going on with that? Let's have him heal this guy. Alright. Stun, stun, stun. Alright, cool. Yeah, so far we're doing pretty well for ourselves. We did lose a beetle there. And then Aster does a little jig. Well, that's... I mean, for the amount of units we've destroyed, losing one unit is really not the end of the world, obviously. But I'm really interested to see what else we can construct from this faction. This is obviously, like, opening us up to the idea that, okay, this is what the faction looks like in terms of its... like, what units it has available and all that stuff. And it feels like there's going to be more at some point. There's a bunker we might be able to garrison over here. Let's, see how, it looks like there's like a whole base over here, in fact. And we did see these supply depots over here as well. We're not really heading in the direction we're supposed to be heading to complete our main objective. Although we don't even have an objective in the top left-hand corner of our screen, so... Alright, that fortified gate seems like something I probably don't want to waste time destroying right now, especially considering the fact that it's very, it has a lot of health. Okay, so this looks like a base that we can gain access to later on. Engineering bay, some custom structures looking like a cool-looking armory. So we'll come back to that. Presumably there would be a gate that you can't destroy immediately, like I had, until at some point later on. I'm liking the infested firebats. They look much bigger. Oh, and they even have infested ghosts too. Let's try and keep our units alive here. We were barely able to save this predator at 3 health, but it looks like we have reached the mainframe at least. It's interesting how the mainframe had just enough vision radius to make you know where it was, but not enough to where you knew what was like in front of it. I'm glad that there was that attention to detail paid. Do we want to just get the mainframe now, or do we want to wait until later on? Oh, we can get tanks of some sort. Maybe we can hack a terminal over here. Whoa. Whatever, close enough. Alright, let's bring Aster over here. Oh, maybe we can't hack this until after the creep goes away? There's warhounds, there's eradicators. There's all sorts of cool stuff in here. This might be like an armory we gain access to later on or something. Wow, the AoE on those is really, really nice, it looks like, in terms of how it stacks. Alright, so let's check to see if we got all the supplies. It looks like we did. Alright, so it looks like maybe we can activate these guys by hacking the mainframe. I'm not really sure how that's going to work out, but we'll see what happens. It's cool that we have like a mixture of clones, so maybe the clones are piloting the Cyclops. Uploading. Mainframe upload complete. Cleansing remaining infestation. Oh, and we gain control of all this stuff now. Nice. Holy moly. Did we also gain control of the cleaning bots? That's pretty funny. And all the sentry guns. Detected 3 hive clusters. Oh, and we have access to all this stuff here. Okay, so now it's the micro section. Okay, so now we want to grab a bunch of our units and maybe station them in different spots around the map. Hive clusters must be destroyed. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Cerberus. What is a Cerberus? Whoa, look at all these units we can build. Warhounds, Eradicators, Diamondbacks. Alright, well, let's check out the...
What needs killing?
Oh, and they call down immediately? Hold on. Do we have a paladin facility?
I'm waiting.
Alright, let's start researching upgrades. What is this? Super stim pack. Oh, we got all sorts of stuff here. So let's grab... We need more upgrade structures for sure.
I'm going.
So let's grab another armory.
SCV ready.
And lower all these depots because I'm a madman. That's what I do. We started out with a lot of stuff here. Let's make sure we're staffing these bunkers. It looks like there's another expansion we can take. Oh, and we have starports down here. Wow, we can build a lot of shit. Battle carrier. And they can launch interceptors? And everything builds immediately. I'm not sure about that one. I would have liked to see, like, Well, I think build times are pretty useful in terms of balancing, but you know, whatever. Yeah, you know, some people think differently, obviously. Let's start getting... We don't need Infernal Pre-Igniter. Probably not going to be building Hellions. But Energy Cannon is Cerberus. What is a Cerberus? Oh, it's this gigantic ship. So we definitely need gas then. So let's... Oh, I don't think they can come into the facility, which I guess makes sense. So let's come over here and destroy this ice. And then we'll mass outside one of our gates here and hope to... Like, I don't know if there are going to be attacks coming from the enemy Zerg clusters. I presume that that will be the case. Let's grab a couple SCVs down here. So everything has different, like, wireframes and models. A lot of work clearly went into the custom faction. So that's pretty cool. We actually have ownership of these resources. I don't think this actually does anything to, like, how the game works or whatever, but it's probably not super intentional, since we'll get permanent vision of them. And Terminators range by 2. What are Terminators? They look like souped up Marauders, maybe? Terminating Beam? Okay. Oh, we are going to get attacked here. Zerg have begun their assault. Yeah, I see that. Alright, well, so much for that one. Let's grab some SCVs then. And whoa. Good thing we've got Predators. We don't have Aster with us to repair all of our mechanical units, so that's going to lower our units' lifespans, obviously. Let's just go ahead and... Whoa! Okay. Let's do our best to lay down some slow fields here so that our Valkyries in the sky can take care of this stuff. They're the interceptors that the battle carriers have access to. And I think we might be able to just push straight in here from pretty early on. Oh, let's lay down the suppressive fire here. We definitely want more paladins for their spellcasting. Look how effective it is at slowing them down and, like, sort of tactically retreating, as it were. Alright, well, now here's where we run out of energy, though. Okay. So we clearly need more units. Maybe this is why all the units build so quickly. Let's get a couple Goliaths. We need more anti-air. And more paladins. But we don't have any gas. Okay. So this is not great in terms of our army's, like, survival rate or whatever. These Valkyries seem to have a much higher range, and they like, than Interceptors, like a higher leash range, which is pretty cool. Let's get you guys over here. Can we get more battle carriers? We can order up one more. And the Ravens, it doesn't look like they can use the repair drones. Swift Fighters, excellent at surgical strikes. Might have to grab a couple of those. Strong anti-air, anti-capital air. And they can... Oh, they're like Vikings. Let's take a look at those. It doesn't look like they have their transport or whatever, their transform ability. Maybe that's... that might just be the Viking tooltips. The tooltips don't seem like they have been updated too much here. Let's get these SCVs over here and have them auto-repair. And then all of our units are going to die because I didn't pay attention and we got Broodling. Okay, so we definitely need more Paladins then for those spell casts. They're pretty important. What else do we have? Marines and Reapers. Can we even get normal Marines? Oh, we can get Umojan Marines. Okay. Well, I won't say no to that. Let's keep getting more guys on minerals over here, even though we don't really need them too much. And what do we have for other units here? Valkyries, obviously they're pretty good. They also fire Lancer torpedoes, apparently. Badger has... It's like a Is this just a transport, or does it actually have the medevac ability? Wow, that's a cool looking model, actually. Alright, so it looks like there's no heal on that one, so it's not super useful. Let's see if the science vessel has nano repair. It does, so we should probably start getting a lot of those. That's obviously really expensive gas-wise, though, so let's grab a couple of marines. I guess we'll grab a couple of hellbats as well, since they're mineral only. Which makes me feel like, obviously, I should have probably gotten the, some of those researches that I was talking about. Definitely not getting, like, Infernal Pre-Igniters, since that'll improve their utility against Butter, aka Banelings. Let's queue up some upgrades. Vehicle plating is probably good, since we're getting a lot of aircraft, and nano repair, obviously, is more beneficial if you have more units that benefit from it, like if you're healing more like healthier units. I heard what sounded like Scourge, maybe Mutalisks. Let's move this guy back, and we can actually move these SCVs over here. Meanwhile, let's order up a bunch of SCVs to this middle area, and then we can order up a bunch of SCVs to this top area. Oh shit. Okay, let's get a bunch of Valkyries. Whoa! Okay, hopefully we can save this stuff. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're able to pull them off of us. For some reason, the Devourers are taking priority of the missile turrets. I don't know what's happening over here. Oh, lots of ground units is happening over here. Okay, let's get rid of this stuff. Okay. We definitely need more battle carriers, I think. They seem to be really, really useful. Unfortunately, we wasted a lot of gas there. We still do have our nano repair from our science vessels, so let's see. Over here, you guys can probably... Can I lower or raise this gate? I can. I can actually close these gates. Maybe I'll do that. Uh-oh. This is not good. I wonder if the Lancer torpedoes can be launched at all sorts of units, like including ground units. We'll have to find out. Okay, let's put up some more bunkers. We obviously need to defend this area more. These guys should be fine, I think. Okay. So let's get more paladins. And another science vessel. And let's order up Super Stim Pack. Oh, and we actually have an extra gas that I'm not harvesting from, which is amazing. Just like me to do something like that. We'll do U-238 shells. It seems like it'll be pretty important for our infantry to stay relevant. And let's get a bunch of extra Hellbats, since obviously we're sort of in dire need of additional forces here. Let's try and slow the onslaught of Banelings. Oh, you guys are not fighting. Come on, guys. Wake up. We got this. More bunkers, since obviously we need them. And then we need our science vessel over here. Okay, so it looks like we were able to get rid of that stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, let's irradiate that and hope that our science vessel stays alive. Fuck. Oh man, they've got swarm defenders. They've got a lot of stuff, and they're upgrading pretty fast. And the Leviathan is ordering all remaining forces to attack us. This is not good. We're supposed to be destroying these guys. Maybe I have to try and be more proactive. I was not expecting it to be this difficult, for sure. Let's, We don't have great defense back at home here. Let's get a bunch of Hellbats. A bunch of units. And grab Infernal Pre-Igniter. And a couple other upgrades here. Whoa! I don't know about this one, man. This is pretty fucking difficult. It looks like they have some sort of... Yeah, I think our forces are definitely dead here. Alright, let's load whatever the last load was. Unable to open saved game, but I quick saved. Okay, well, I can just quit and rewind here. So let's do that. Let's rewind to back when we first got our forces. Is this normal? Does it just break the game? Alright, so we are not quite where we were before. We haven't gone that far down the deep end, or off the deep end, or whatever you want to say. But I was able to sort of spend some time basically setting up additional research structures and additional units here and there. They're obviously going to attack from here quite a bit, so let's bring some SCVs down, because that's something I forgot to do. In the meanwhile, I think we can probably avoid taking their forces head-on. Unfortunately, our tanks deal full splash damage to friendly units and structures, unlike the default campaign ones. So that's something we've got to keep in mind. I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing either, but it's something we've got to be on the lookout for. Alright, so let's keep making our way through here. Oh man, they really are not big fans of us, it would seem. Alright, so let's call down a few extra tanks in this area. We can set all our rally points for everything over there. Wow, holy moly. Let's get everybody repairing this stuff. Grab more tanks. I think we'll be okay here. Unlike over here, apparently. I did get a couple extra paladins, and I lost a lot of early units, unfortunately, just based on like the stuff that I wound up, like the early damage I wound up taking because I was trying to get through pretty quickly. Whoa! How did they fucking get around? Oh, these must be some leftover units. It's the only thing I can think of in these. I'm actually able to repair my marines with SCVs. That's pretty funny. Oh, and we have instant depots too, so that's something to keep in mind, I suppose. Let's grab a couple extra marines over here.
Not enough minerals.
And then what are we looking at for upgrades? Oh, we hardly have anything for vehicles. This base is still the base that's hit the hardest. I think we need additional tanks mostly.
Base is under attack.
We're also just getting slowly attacked here by infested units for whatever reason. Whoa! What the hell? They were flying at us. Alright. So we're not able to heal the paladins, obviously. I don't think we'll be able to heal them anyways. Oh, and then we're just going to get absolutely destroyed because butter. Is there even a defense against butter is the question. I don't think so. We need more minerals, though, and we obviously did not expand. With that gaping hole in our main structure, it seems unlikely that we'll be able to obviously stay alive for much longer. So let's try and wipe out some of this stuff here. Mostly just dealing with these air defenses is going to be important. These anti-air defenses. But if we can at least destroy like one of these. It looks like these units are actually classed as ground units because they're not able to just fly over like normal interceptors, you know? Alright, let's kill some of this stuff. Keep getting rid of these guardians. It's going to be important. It's funny, our science vessels are actually trying to keep our air units alive. It looks like we lost all of our ground units.
Not enough minerals.
So let's just get a couple of additional units of this nature here, and then we'll use all of the rest of our money to reinforce our main area, if it can even be called an area anymore.
Not enough minerals.
Am I repairing stuff? How am I losing? Does nano repair cost money instead? No, it doesn't. I wonder why. Oh, you know what? I'm probably rebuilding the Valkyrie fighters or something. So the nano repair will save us money directly. It's pretty fucking nice, I guess. Alright, so let's continue to just attack this area. It looks like they're not really able to defend themselves as well as they would probably like to. We've cut through most of their defenses. Oh, shit! Scratch that. Let's irradiate all this stuff. And pull back. Let them sort of take more additional damage over time. The Devourers are pretty fucking strong against our units. We did lose a capital cruiser there. So let's go build another one. We can just shoot this guy in the head.
Base is under attack.
Oh. That was the air attack that we... that normally wipes out that base there, so... This is not great. This is very not great, actually. Radiate stuff. Oh, it looks like we're just gonna die immediately. Even with the radiate, we couldn't kill all that butter. Alright, so we need to make more tanks. And then a bunch more marines. And then take 2 SCVs, bring them down here to repair this stuff, which thankfully this area has not been attacked as often. But it looks like it's about to be. Set up some more tanks. Put down another bunker. Try and suicide with these marines here. This doesn't look like it's going to work, though. It looks like the waves are spawned irrespective of how much damage you deal with your attacks. So let's get our forces over here to destroy this stuff. And then I guess we can just try and consolidate our defenses over here in the meantime. Since it's not like we can really do much else right now. And then we'll just try and close this gate in the meanwhile. Figure maybe if we actually put some, what are they healing? Oh, they were all trying to heal like one guy, I guess. Alright, let's put down some of this stuff. Yeah, I guess if we just, like, close all of these gates, we buy ourselves quite a bit of time. One can hope anyways. Maybe if we can throw a couple of marines over here to fight back. We did upgrade the Terminator range, didn't we? Oh, we did not. Let's do that now. Air units can't actually enter into this area, so they must target ground units. Well, obviously we're going to need to grab some Goliaths then. Let's see what we can accomplish here, because these forces will obviously get destroyed pretty quickly. These units. Just kill this stuff. We killed one of the hives. Wipe out these Ultralisks. Can we repair this gate? Probably. Well, maybe if we put them on auto repair, they'll just do it by themselves. The send all remaining forces is pretty not good. If they're still saying that stuff. But maybe by destroying one of these hives early, we've reduced the amount of units that they're going to send. I can't tell, obviously. I'm trying to drop a bunch of irradiates everywhere. See what I can accomplish here. But obviously it's not working out too well. It's the anti-air force really does just absolutely destroy us. But they also have so much anti-ground that it seems unreasonable to expect us to be able to fight them, really. Can they repair the door? It doesn't look like they can. On the plus side, I can try and hold out for hope that, oh, it looks like we were actually able to more or less destroy most of that stuff.
Your forces are under attack.
They're destroying my... That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we were able to do something. We were able to hold out and not die completely. Maybe it'll be a while before they attack with anything else. I don't know. You can hope, you know? Alright, let's send these guys over here. And more SCVs. We're not fully saturated at that area yet. We'll destroy this Guardian. And then we'll start trying to attack on this direction, I suppose. Obviously, I'm supposed to expand there pretty early, but I have to destroy the ice first, and I don't really feel like I can spare many forces to do that. I guess what I can do is grab a bunch of Marines. Oh, and you build Predators from the... You build Predators from the fucking barracks, which is an interesting adaptation there. So let's focus on getting vehicle and ship upgrades, since obviously we have none of those right now. That's what predominantly wound up comprising our forces. Let's just destroy some of this stuff. It's pretty, you know, I'm predicting that they're going to have a lot of static defense here. It doesn't seem like they pull from their own weapons very much. See, this is what I mean. It looks like they're actually classed as ground units. Or their mover is copied from a ground unit or something. Because obviously they're not being attacked as a ground unit would. Hey, look, there's Yetis. Killed Nunu.
Your forces are under attack.
See, look at them try to navigate the cliffs. That's so bizarre. And now they can't shoot this thing for whatever reason. Alright, whatever. Oh, I forgot. I have to attack click because it's my own fucking unit. Alright, let's grab this SCV and bring him down here. We'll throw down that expansion. It looks like we may have bought ourselves enough time.
Affirmative, sir.
There, I irradiated him. There we go, we got him. I don't know if that's like an Easter egg or something or what, but... Oh, maybe if we attacked this, we could have actually made the Yetis attack the... I don't know. I'm just sort of assuming that something was going to happen there. Wow, they've got a lot of infested coming out here. We probably want to destroy some of this stuff then, just for that, on that basis. Alright, let's destroy this. The Valkyries look like they actually don't have as much priority. Whoa. Quick, fuck this thing. Before it fucks our unit. Alright, cool. Look at all these fucking infested fireballs. Alright, let's keep getting these guys. Let's build a command center over here. Get more mineral income. And then we have we are slowly amassing a force of battle carriers. Oh, we're getting queened. Well, it looks like they don't really have that much anti-air, so we should be able to just freely walk through this area mostly. And it looks like we did survive the attack. The onslaught, as it were. Well, there are still units massing up, so we probably are not completely out of the woods, but... Alright, cool. I think we'll be okay. Let's fly our units this way, our battle carriers this way. I don't know, maybe it's intentional that the Valkyries behave that way, actually, because it sort of makes you use terrain in a very different way than you would before. It might just be intentional. It doesn't seem like it is, but, you know, you never know. It's definitely not intuitive, but who knows? Alright, hold up. We're losing units. We don't have any support for these guys, so they're going to get chewed up. And we are getting attacked again. So let's move our forces back.
Your forces are under attack.
Grab a bunch of SCVs. Holy shit, they're really coming in pretty hard here. What have you guys been attacking? Just fucking Hydras? Main gate has been breached. Wait, Aster, why are you a Leviathan now? Okay, holy shit, we're getting... We may have made a mistake here. Yeah. May is probably the wrong word here. We've definitely lost a bunch of units. We can't reinforce with air units, I forgot.
Not enough minerals.
So we actually are probably fucked here. Yeah, we don't have the production to really go up against these guys.
Your forces
Or the
are
upgrades
under
for that
attack.
matter. But we have killed 2 out of 3 hives, so maybe if we just make our way over here, we can do it. All right, let's all coalesce into one area here.
Base is under attack.
All right, cool. I think we got this. Obviously, all of our SCVs will die a horrible, grisly death, but
Not enough minerals.
that's fine.
Base is under attack.
Okay, so every Valkyrie we have now is like a commodity since we can't rebuild. But I think we got this. Unless we have to also keep a building alive or something, then maybe there will be complications. I like these units, in case you couldn't fucking tell by the fact that I built only them, basically.
Base is under attack.
Let's just try and destroy some of their tech here so that they can't rebuild all of these air units that they're destroying us with.
Base
Alright,
is
cool.
under attack.
Destroy the hive. Destroy the hive, Drillisk. We may actually need to destroy a lot of their structures. Oh, wait, no. It looks like we're all set then. Maybe this is the epic ending cutscene. Hey, those things look almost like TIE fighters. This is pretty neat. It's pretty fitting air battle here, since this is basically all I've built. With the Zerg defeated, I now have free reign of this facility. Now, the true game begins. Well, there you go. That was Transcendence by FreezingAcidRain? I think so. FreezingAcidRain. I was thinking ice because of the tile set. So, the map's still a little rough around the edges, and there are things like it's harder to keep track of your objectives since they're not in the top left-hand corner of your screen, and it's not like Warcraft 3 or Brood War where you can actually open up like a menu and look at your objectives. So I would just recommend definitely see if you can put the objectives in the top left-hand corner. And then maybe if you can find a way to introduce us to more of the units and their utility and uses before sort of giving us... Like, we got control of a huge portion of the map without really having prior familiarity to what that area of the map looked like or, like, the layout of the map, which made it really hard to, like, figure out which points you had to defend. And obviously, it's really hard to tell that what you should be on the lookout for and what you should produce to counter certain Zerg units since you're using a completely new faction. So I just wound up doing a lot of my own stuff. It looks like the Eastern Gate has been breached as well, since I wasn't... obviously, we're still in the score screen here. But there's, like... I really think that based on the amount of units that you have and all of these new models you've got going on, I think that there's a lot of cool things about this map. But in terms of it being, like, a really cool macro mission, it can... Like, the macro portion of it, I think, can use a little bit more attention, and then it'll be really, really, like... It doesn't... It's not going to take a lot of work to make this a more robust map, is what I'm saying. Like, it is a little rougher on the edges with the macro portion. So I'm interested to see if you continue to make maps in this series, maybe how you would introduce us to this faction a little bit differently, so that we can see, like, we can be introduced to some of these new units. You know, like how in Blizzard's own campaigns, they introduce you to some new units that you have access to. They don't just drop all of them on you at once, because then it's hard to figure out which ones are good in which capacities and stuff. So I would just recommend maybe taking a look at that, like figuring out how you can introduce the player to these new units and this new faction in a way that makes us, I guess, better acquainted with the concepts. But I'm really interested to see where this goes, if this is part of like a larger campaign. And thanks so much for submitting it to MapCraft, and for the next video, I don't know what I'll be playing, but it'll be something, and you can stay tuned to see it soon.